My friends, how does one make sense out of the historic and horrific tragedy of the shooting at Newtown, Connecticut? This is something that, first of all, we have to respond with generosity of love and prayers for these families who lost their innocent children, as well as the adults, of course. It's not hard for us to imagine if one of our loved ones was taken from us in that fashion. So I ask for your especially generous family prayers, that the grace of God will rain down upon these families during this time of untold sadness and tragedy. I also want to address how we try to make sense out of an event like this, and also directions we don't want to go when a great tragedy happens. There's no question that when someone kills the innocent in a way like this, that Satan has a role. Whether or not it's a more formal role of satanic obsession, or whether it's just a satanic temptation to a person with a deeply emotional or psychological wound. Either way, when the innocent suffer in that form, it's a form of Satan's rage against God the Father. And we have to identify it as such, because unless we convert as a country, unless we return more to God as a country, then sadly, I think these events are going to happen more and more. It's ultimately a crisis of faith and love that becomes the foundation for these terrible and horrific acts, which no one can justify. But I also want to make reference to a direction which we cannot go in. People, sometimes when events like this happen, I've already heard it a couple times in the news, where is God at a time like this? Or how could a good God let something so terrible happen? And my friends, I find it ironic that God is left out of the picture in terms of national policies, in terms of social policies, instead of, not in platforms of politics. But when a tragedy happens, he comes in to be blamed. Well, one thing we can be clear, God did not cause this disaster. And we have to remember, God gives you and me free will. It's an entirely free will. He can't say you're free unless you want to do something heinous and evil. So if we want to look at who is at fault, we have to look at us, not God. We as a human family are the cause of evil in the world, not the good and infinite God. But the good and infinite God, because He's God, can make good even out of something as terrible and as historically tragic as the Newtown tragedy. How can He do that? By having people convert, by having other children saved from perils that perhaps without a greater awareness of the preciousness of children, they too would be lost. In a myriad of ways, God, because He's God, can make good out of this untold tragedy. That's our response in faith. So the parameters are, God did not desire this, God did not cause it, but God can make good out of it, even when we, or individuals of our human family, abuse their free will. So I ask you to be especially generous during this Christmas season in your family prayers, your repeated, your perpetual family prayers for these families that lost children and adults in the Newtown tragedy. We can imagine how it would be for us. It's our responsibility to be praying for them throughout this Christmas season, that special graces will be given to console and to heal and to allow them to see what God alone can do, and that is to make good out of such an untold evil. This is Dr. Mark Miravalle asking you to please have a special generosity of prayer for these families. And again, we don't blame God. We ask God to do what He does best, to make good out of evil. God bless.